Hi, I'm Mark Toole with 8020service.com, and today's customer service video question of the day comes from Quora, and it's an interesting one. What moral or ethical problems are present in publicly voicing bad customer service experiences? Okay, so there's a few things here that I'm going to talk about because this is an interesting question. A lot of this is going to be based on the conventional model of customer service. Think the big company with a call center or the equivalent for email or live chat. A bunch of NPCs reading off scripts, following procedures manuals, doing what they're told, etc. Mostly not allowed to make decisions, just repeating the same thing over and over again for repetitive nonsense customer questions, complaints, requests, etc. Incidentally, the kind of thing my system prevents, the kind of thing that I'm not recommending at all, but as a customer, probably the kind of thing you're going to be dealing with in many companies. Now, if we all just dealt with small companies or people who did customer service the way I advise businesses I work with, this would be simple. There would be no moral or ethical problem in voicing bad customer service experiences. Mostly there wouldn't be bad customer service experiences because the people doing customer service, running customer service, are tied to the rest of the business. They understand what's going on. They know what's happening. They don't want customers to have a bad experience because that will negatively affect the business and the profits. In these conventional operations, though, these big companies, that's completely separated. Customer service is built as its own separate silo over here. And then there's the business, and then there's all the garbage that dumps down this sewer pipe into the faces of the people in customer service, plugged into little headsets, beeping in their ear. Thank you for calling company's name. I will help you with customer's repeated problem today, sir. And then someone gets mad because you said sir because you're not allowed to have gender anymore or something. But I don't know. I haven't done that in a while. They may have to change that with some of this shit going on. But this is the thing. What moral or ethical problems? So you call this business, you call this conventional customer service operation for whatever reason, whatever company it is, your electrical company, your phone company, your cable company, something like that. You call, you get the usual thing. First of all, the phone rings half a time and then plays a really loud beeping noise in your ear. They all do this. I don't understand why. Then you have the automated voice that reads off a bunch of crap you don't care about. It says some things in Spanish. It asks you to press 47 for English. It maybe plays a recording of typing, pretending it's a guy that's looking something up. It asks you what you want. Maybe you press numbers. Maybe you talk to it. It's infuriating. It doesn't, oh, I'm sorry, I don't understand you, sir. It doesn't say sir again, of course, but you get the idea. It eventually gets you to the NPC who asks you all the same questions the thing asked you, even though he probably has it in front of him because his procedures manual tells him to. You explain your problem, your request, your concern, and the NPC reads off his script according to his procedures manual. If customer asks about X, read script 46B and complete the following 3 actions. And so he does, and that doesn't work. And you ask him again, hey, this isn't working. And he reads off another script, and then you ask him something that isn't on his script. And he panics, and he, let me put you on hold for a few minutes. And then he goes and asks his boss, and they say, just read whatever the closest script is. And he does, and that doesn't make any sense. And you, as the customer, get mad and say, you idiot, you can't help me at all. You're a moron. Connect me to your manager. I need to talk to somebody smarter than you, you idiot. You're publicly voicing your bad customer service experience. Then you get his boss on the phone. His boss is barely higher than him. Boss is maybe making $15 an hour instead of $12. Boss was him 3 months ago and endured long enough to be promoted. But the boss has a little more leeway not to read off the scripts, so he maybe tells you what you want. Maybe if you actually need a decision made, he can't do that. Oh, I'll call you back, and then he never does. You're frustrated, though. This first guy, your guy who works for you is an idiot. He asked me all these stupid questions that I already knew, and then the phone system beeped in my ear, and this thing, he couldn't solve my problem. He just read off a script like an idiot. You gotta train these people to know what the hell they're talking about. But in reality, they're trained, it doesn't matter what they know, they're trained to do as procedures manual says, read scripts as scripts say in the guide. Say these certain things or you will be punished, is how this guy's job works. As you can understand, this is a miserable and unpleasant job. I've done this job. It's not a good job to have. It sucks. Every day you sit there, you turn off your brain, you know the answer to these people's problems, you know the answer to their question, but you can't just simply do that or answer it for them or fix it for them. You have to read off the script, or else you'll be punished for going off script. So that's what you do. The customer that's getting mad about bad customer service usually isn't getting mad at that particular agent. Maybe he's not reading the procedures right or something, but usually, assuming that he is, he's getting mad at the procedures that were written by the company. This guy's just the piece of equipment that's running those procedures. It happens to be a man or a woman right now, but, maybe it'll be some sort of AI thing in the future, with these big companies at least. I don't recommend that. They're frustrated with the system, with the process, with the procedure, but then they complain to this manager. This guy provided the worst customer service. I want him fired. This is the new thing, I guess, now. Anytime anybody has a bad experience with anything or disagrees with anyone, you want to ruin their life. You want to get somebody fired. You want to find where their grandma works and have her fired from her greeter's job at Walmart or whatever. Just these people want this weird desire for revenge on a specific person who has nothing to do with their real problems. And this comes through in customer service as well. So that's a moral or ethical problem right there. You're mad at the customer service provided by this poorly designed system, delivered by NPC number 6547391, aka John. You think John is an idiot. All this messed up, broken system in your mind is John being an idiot, John not solving your problem. I'm going to complain about John. Maybe even if it's not a complaint, if you're just talking to his boss, the boss knows what's going on. He's going to go, yeah, okay, all right, sure, we'll take care of that, and fixes it for you. Maybe you're more angry than that, though. You go on social media, you email the CEO of the company. These people suck. John and his boss, Bob, are both idiots. They can't solve my problem. Your customer service is terrible. And then those guys get a talking to from their boss. Maybe they get fired if this has happened before. Maybe, who knows what happens. But these people are not your problem. These people are mindless cogs in a poorly designed machine. You're upset at that machine, but these individual people will be punished by that machine because, let's face it, you complain to the CEO of the company, your customer service is shit. He's not going to say, oh, the guys who work for me, who put this in place, did a terrible job. They're going to think, why do we have idiots like John and Bob running this thing? We need better people. Get them out of here. Get somebody else in. These guys are screwing it up. I pay you to be nice to the customers and handle them, and they're getting upset like this. You guys are obviously screwing up. You're fired. The wrong people will be blamed and punished most of the time for this because of the way these big companies work. No individual has any real control over the customer service experience. No individual has any real skin in the game regarding the thing. Even if that guy Bob you talked to, or John, or whatever the hell his name was that I made up here, even if he actually did a pretty bad job, even if he just did the bare minimum, told you the first thing you asked, but there's going to be another question. He knows that, but he doesn't want to answer it because he's got to go outside and smoke his little vape or whatever he does. He can do that because he knows with almost 100% certainty, there's a small chance, that when you realize he didn't tell you everything, get mad and call back, you're not going to get him again. You're going to get another random person who maybe doesn't even know who he is. Say, okay, well, let's fix this for you. So he can take these shortcuts. As long as he's following the procedures, he's not providing bad customer service. He's fine, whatever you want to call that. And that's another thing. No skin in the game. His boss, yeah, okay, we'll fix that for you. It's not his money. He doesn't care about the company's profits. Nobody does. These are the things. You're complaining about an individual, and yes, sometimes John hates his job so much, he decides, fuck it, and he's like, you know what, you suck, I hate you, I'm not helping you, you sound like a fat bitch, I quit, and throws his headphones up in the air and storms out of the office. That's, yeah, John providing bad customer service. And then, I guess, the ethical thing there, which to a lesser degree is, that one guy did a terrible job. He hates his job. He hates his life. He's got his own stuff going on. Maybe his car just got repossessed or some shit because he works for $12 an hour in a call center. But he provided bad customer service. You go out and complain about the entire company. And I say this is a lesser of a moral issue because the company, generally speaking, put this broken, old-fashioned, conventional system in place, the kind that turns guys like John into a mindless NPC plugged into a thing. Beep, thank you for calling company's name. I'll be happy to help you today, sir. Beep, thank you for calling company's name. I'll be happy to help you, sir. All day long, it wears on a person, and yes, not everyone flips out and quits, but sometimes people do, and that's on them, but it's also on the system that leads them to that. So the company is somewhat to blame, but not entirely. What happens after he flips out is his own doing, not the company's doing. If he calls you a fat bitch, for example, the company, Comcast or whoever, certainly doesn't consider you to be a fat bitch officially. The people working there might, but that one guy does, and then you have this, firestorm of Comcast is sexist and whatever they say, not liking fat people. I forget the term for not liking fat people, but you get the idea. Then the actions of the individual reflect upon the company that he works for. It's, again, the wrong target for your anger. It can go both ways, is my point with that. This video is getting long enough. I'm going to wrap this up here, but there are some issues with that. I guess if you're going to complain about customer service to a business, you want to keep these things in mind. If the guy you talk to is doing his best to just follow the instructions that he's given, and you can tell by that, maybe he's not very smart, but at least he's trying. Maybe he's smart enough, but he's reading off the scripts, and the scripts aren't very well written. If that's the case, and you complain about the customer service, what I like to do is specifically say, John helped me out here the best he could with what he's given. But he said he wasn't allowed to fix this. I need this fixed. This is not a reflection on him. He did his best with what he had, but this is unacceptable and I need it fixed, to make that clear. And if it's the other way too, your company's usually great. This one guy called me a fat bitch. I don't like that. Thought I'd let you know. Also, I still need help with the thing that I called about because the guy who called me a fat bitch didn't fix it. These are the things to keep in mind, I guess, if you're going to do that. But that's all for today. As always, if you liked this video, thought it was interesting, useful, valuable, hit like, hit thumbs up, follow, subscribe, all that stuff. I do one of these videos every weekday on a customer service question on Quora, YouTube as well. So follow me on both of those places. If you have any questions, ask me on Quora, ask me in the comments on YouTube. I may use them in a future video. And I write regularly on business and customer service topics and questions, both on Quora in response to questions, and on my website, 8020service.com, like the 80/20 principle. You can go there and read all that. Sign up for the email list. There's a daily email that goes out on this stuff as well. I help businesses get this stuff right. It doesn't have to be like what we're talking about here with these moral and ethical problems and lack of skin in the game and complexity and people hating their lives and calling people fat bitches. It happens a lot. It doesn't have to happen. That's why I do these videos. That's why I write this stuff. People get this stuff right. So that's all for today, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video.